Hello everyone. So in this video I wanted to provide some commentary for Heal Chronomancer on Cerus challenge mode, as I know there are a lot of POVs out there already, but maybe there's not enough commentary yet. So what you're going to see here is an adaptation of the very popular unit strategy, one where the Chrono does all the portals. So at the very start, for the first Malice, I place a portal here on the edge, and I have to continuum split it so I can do another portal right after it for the second Malice. And the idea behind placing the Malice at that point is that it takes a very long time until it reaches the boss, up to 40 seconds. And then we use a Scourge's Immobilize to keep the Malice from reaching the boss. So in this way, you never actually have to kill it. This is a very, very easy DPS gain, because no virtuoso really likes to have to cleave, and the heralds also don't like it. So you can see once the Malice has approached the boss, it is now simply held there. I immobilize a stagger 3 from the Scourge, and also a rifle 2 from myself as a Chrono. And if you reach 80%, this Malice will despawn already. Oh yeah. This is a strategy that doesn't really work in legendary mode, but in challenge mode you very often have the DPS to just skip it. As you can also see in the DPS meter that the heralds are really pumping a lot of damage, because they never ever have to leave melee range and just fully focus on doing their rotation. We actually failed the collection a little bit in P1. So the boss has one stack, but this won't be a problem going forward. It's just bad because it's a DPS loss for everyone. Now at the start of phase 2, you actually don't take a Scourge portal on top of the boss. Instead you take a Scourge portal out of here. This again allows the heralds to stay on the boss as long as possible, then minimally spread out and take it back on the boss, so they really don't waste any time walking back, because that's a DPS loss for them. And then as a Chrono, again, I do a continuum split portal to the edge for the Malice. And this is important, so I can do a second portal after this. And the idea behind the second portal rather than a Scourge portal is that the second portal is just placed closer to the boss. And also I can open it late enough, so now everyone can actually stay on the boss for the entire duration of the rage, and the heralds can immediately take the portal back after the rage even, so they get to melee basically 100% of the time. And for us functionally it is exactly the same, because we cleave these Malices. The virtuosos have no problem finishing them off together, and the heralds get full melee uptime. And again, you see the herald right now is at 29k DPS. Like, we're doing everything to enable this kind of gameplay. We have basically benchmark-like settings for the quickness supports. Now actually I make a big mistake. I fail my portal. It was still on cooldown. But luckily we are not punished, because we phase before the Malice gets to converge onto the boss. Alright, next up is Claton. Here what you should do is, if you want to be fast, you should delete some orbs, but if you don't care about your kill time and don't care about your squad DPS number in the log, then you shouldn't delete the orbs. That's simple. Deleting orbs just works by picking up 2 orbs quickly after each other, then the first orb will shrink by 1 and the second orb will be deleted. And after that, it's pretty standard when it comes to what the unit strat does. So there's not much to say here. With collection, just make sure that you don't let these orbs in, because every orb you let in is 500,000 barrier for the boss, which obviously is a DPS loss. And then we take a portal to triangle. And after this portal has been taken, now it's important that the virtuosos don't go too close to the boss. They can stand basically here on the square, or rather the same distance as the square. so they can still hit. This lets the quickness players stand in front and be completely safe. And then do the cleaving again. Now what's important to point out is that these puddles on the left here are currently not doing any damage. They only do damage while the embodiment of despair is alive. And so you can actually just walk through them. The boss despairs, they will do damage, but the embodiment despair puddles, they are inactive right now. They will start becoming active again once the next puddles spawn. For this part, I do a continuum split portal. I also place my feedback during that for extra projectile reflect. Now I decide to just go delete this orb instead of running out. This gives the boss a stack, and we let an orb through again. Not the ideal course of action here. I should have probably deleted them the other way around. Delete the closer one. But what can you do? Then next up is another collection. Make sure you don't let orbs in. And then I open the portal. This portal needs to be taken before the embodiment of malice slams. But after it has slammed, as you can see from the heralds, you can take the portal back again. And they get free DPS uptime on the boss doing this. Simply by taking the portal back. It's important that you take the portal back only after the malice has slammed, because otherwise you spawn extra malices on you. We want to outrange the attack first, and then we can take it back, basically. Alright, now the boss is already at 15%. We know we just have to do this collection, then we have to do a green, and that's it, basically. Make sure that you are split up here again with two groups collecting. And now at 10%, focus on CCing fast. The faster you break this bar, the better, because every second of the bar being up applies a debuff to your damage that is invisible, and that only slowly dissipates again. So after this, as healer, it's important to be on point with the healing. You see that I'm using healing abilities precisely whenever there was a slam, in order to ensure my group is at max health at all time. That's not just important for the survival, but also very good for the writ uptime. You see me, for example, channel the heal mantra in a way that it does its healing once the next slam has been incoming, so to maximize basically the healing uptime and the writ uptime. Alright, that's it. The boss is dead. If you want to join us on daily runs of Cerus CM, our legendary mode, as well as trainings for all levels of progression, I highly recommend joining the Void Lounge Discord that I've linked in the description. The POV you've seen just now is just a regular Park LFG run. It's not a coordinated static. I don't know half of these players. Devil's Challenge mode really does not have to be scary once you have learned the encounter, and if you want to, you can become a part of this community. Join the Discord and sign up for your first training today. There's also an anniversary event going on for the entire month of June. I've linked that in the video description as well. Thanks for watching, and I see you next time.